Back with you at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, where a change of scenery has been just what the doctor ordered for Josh Leivo since his December trade from Toronto to Vancouver. I think everybody knows how badly you wanted to play regularly in the NHL, get a chance to do that, which you weren't getting in Toronto, and then you have here in Vancouver. So I'd be interested to know where you were on December the 3rd and how you found out about the trade, what your reaction was that you were coming to the Canucks.
Yeah, I was actually at the practice rink. We just finished the practice, and one of the media guys came up to me and said, Kyle wants to see you. And it was actually funny, a couple of the guys were joking, saying, oh, you're traded. So I was a little shocked. So I went up there and...
Wait a minute, a media guy told you that Kyle wanted to see you? Was he the messenger?
Yeah, so they kept me out of the locker room and said I had to go upstairs. So
okay.
I went up there and talked to Kyle, and Kyle said, yeah, it wasn't working out here, and I promised that I would... it was in my best interest to get you moved to a team that I thought would fit. So actually I was all smiles and excited for that opportunity, because I saw what Vancouver had, and you know, me and my agent, we were looking into teams, thinking of where we could possibly suggest to go and everything like that. So you know what, everything worked out. And
who's the first person you phoned?
I think I phoned my mother or my girlfriend, one of the two. They all, I think, saw it on Twitter. I saw some words going around, so I think it was one of those two, and then eventually everyone started finding it out, and I was actually out of there that night, playing the next day. So,
Louis,
you played in 27 games before being traded, and you were trying to crack that lineup for 4 years. Did you ever lose faith that it wasn't going to happen for you? And in the 27 games you played, you were playing in a limited role. Much more here, but how did you keep that faith that it was going to work out for you?
Yeah, it was tough for sure, especially the last year was a little down. It was a tough grind, but you know what? A lot of friends, families, the support there, and then you know what? The guys in the room and everyone there, they knew I was going through a tough time, but they tried to keep me positive and help me push through that. And you know what? It's a tough league, and I know that, so you just got to keep grinding, and eventually you'll make it through that. But yeah, the first 27 games, I was just happy to get in that lineup, maybe showcase myself a bit, and I was just fortunate enough to be able to do that.
So you land here in Vancouver, pretty much on a line with two burgeoning superstars in Pettersson and Besser, and you score in your first game. So the tweet is from Simon B. How happy are you with the spot you landed on in Vancouver, line mates, power play time, future prospects, after being in that awkward position in terms of playing time in Toronto?
Yeah, ecstatic. Obviously, I didn't know who I was going to play with. There was thoughts that I was going to be Horvat the first game, but Greener called me in the room and said, I'm going to put you with Bess and Petey. And you know what? I saw firsthand what Petey could do. You see it here. Great vision. And you know what? I just had to get a quick release off and post it in. Really exciting moment and a special moment for me.
You know, you've scored 10 goals as a Canuck, and I can't imagine any of them being more satisfying than the one you scored against the Leafs here early this month to tie that game at 2, en route to a 3-2 overtime victory. Please tell me that wasn't just another goal.
No. I actually got a little lightheaded with that big scream after. It felt so good, especially to tie the game up. The fans were going nuts. You know what, the Toronto fans were all excited. They had the big lead, but you know what, our fans rallied up and got louder, and you know, it was an exciting moment, and you can just see it on the face of all the boys. They loved it.
Josh, you are, although we can't tell tonight because you got a lovely cap there, but you're missing one of your front teeth, and I think you went without it for a couple of years. There's a story behind how you lost it about 8 years ago in your rookie season with Sudbury.
Yes, it was my first ever fight against Andre Padan. Big Russian. I think he's about 6'4", 6'5".
You picked a tough one.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't really know, but we had a little scrum before the fight. We went in the box for 2, and then a good buddy of mine used to play with Matthew Campagna. He was in the box with me, and I said, should I go? And obviously he didn't know who he was either.
That's the worst.
Yeah, no. But
well, not to glorify a scrap, but your explanation demands that we watch it if we have it, and we do.
Yeah, let's go.
So here you are giving up, I'd say what, but 4 inches and 25 pounds to Andre Padan of Guelph. There's a guy sitting beside you who's had a few scraps in his life. Louis, describe this for us.
You did great. You caught him with the first one. You kind of buckled him, but you told me this morning that was a real quick learning lesson to not let a guy back up when you have him down, because he threw a pretty big right too.
Exactly. My dad actually used to play hockey, and he was pretty tough. He used to drop the mitts a lot, and you know what? He gave me a little bit of trouble there. He was laughing at me. He told me to keep him down next time. So, I mean, every fight I've gotten now, I just make sure if he's down, I keep him down.
But I'll tell you what, from a guy that used to do that a lot, just congratulations on just showing up.
Yeah,
in my opinion. You know what?
Yeah.
You fought the hardest battle by just showing up.
This stat comes from Joey Kemmer, a colleague of ours that works for Canuck TV. 449 penalty minutes in 43 games for Richmond Hill, for your father back in the day. Okay, quickly. 2011 was your draft year. The draft was in St. Paul. Heralded picks, of course, like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Gabe Landeskog, were all there, but you were not. Why not?
You know what? I had a good year in Sudbury. It was my first year in junior, so I didn't really know what was going to come from it, but I had a really good playoff stint. We swept the first round. We were a 7 seed and they were a 2 seed, and you know what? I played with Scarbosa and this Russian guy, Andrei Kuchin, and we had an unbelievable first round.
But you were pretty sure you weren't going to get drafted, right?
Exactly.
So that's why you didn't go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my agent just suggested if we do, we're going to probably go in the later rounds. There's no sense in going to that. So I was actually I woke up a little late. I knew the rounds were just early and still 3rd round, 4th round. So I woke up and then I look at my phone and got a couple texts. One from a coach, Jeff Bukaboom. I thought it might have been either Sefton or Corrado, because they were 2 other guys who were being looked at. And then I realized that I was drafted in the 3rd round to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's how you found out, a surprise text.
Yes.
All right, great to have you on the program tonight, Josh. Thanks a lot. There's the schedule for Rogers Hometown Hockey tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Good night.